My name is Sean Cornett. I'm a national consultant here with Ambit Energy, broadcasting to you from my Flux home office here in St. Louis, Missouri. Without further ado, I do want to get this rolling here and introduce. He's an incredible individual. That's my friend. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that so much. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for taking time. You might be taking a look at this for the first time. You might be taking a look at this at a second time. Either way, I think somewhere along the way tonight, you should be able to make a decision if this is something for you or if you definitely want more information. I can tell you for myself, when Mary and I were approached about this business, maybe a lot like you guys, you were probably working 50, 60, 70. I know we work 70 to 80 hours a week sometimes running our 4 mortgage offices that we had in 4 states. And when my friend John came up to me, he was very subtle. He saw how hard we were working, how hard we were traveling. And John said, "Hey, listen, you need a quality of life change." I said, "Well, John, I appreciate you being very subtle about that." I said, "But this, I don't know what you're talking about." He goes, "You got to take a look at what we're working on." I said, "John," I said, "I don't know anything about electricity. And I don't know anything about Jerry Thompson. I don't know who this Chris Chambliss guy is. And I certainly don't have any time." And I managed to push John off a few times. Matter of fact, I pushed him off about 8 times. And on that 8th time, he turned around, he looked at me, and he said, "Hey, listen, there's this guy in your office who's got a pretty good personality. And we just want to know, could we talk to him?" I was like, "Well, John, sure. Here's his name. Here's his number. Good luck to you." Thought that was the end of it. And a couple nights later, occasionally we would go out, we'd have, dinner on a Thursday night, go eat some pizza. And John looked at me and looked at Mary and said, "Listen, your friend's going to get started in the business. And we just want to know, is this, do you want us to make all the money or do you want to make some of the money?" And at that time, I didn't even look at Mary. I just pulled my credit card out of my wallet and put it on the table. I said, "John, put us in." Mary looked at me and she said, "Do you know anything about this company?" And I said, "No." She goes, "Do you know how much it cost?" And I said, "No." She goes, "Why are you doing this?" And I said, "I trust John." I said, "Look at this, hon. We gave him one person to go talk to, and he went to go talk to that person. And now he's asking us if we want to make some money." I said, "If I could do that once, I could probably do it twice. Maybe I could do it 3, maybe I could do it 4 times until we catch the hang of what this is really all about." And so that's how we got started. We were really fear of loss. And let me tell you, that one decision, just off that one individual coming into the business, not our total income, but certainly a large portion of our income, equated hundreds of thousands of dollars just from that one decision. And I'm not saying that to impress you. I just want you to know that this business has the potential to do things that you can't imagine. You saw a lot of numbers that were up on that screen, and I did too when we first saw it. Sean and I didn't have the privilege of using this kind of technology when we got started. We were using paper napkins, anything we could scratch together, and maybe we got a PowerPoint later on down the road. And then eventually we got a video, which was amazing. But what we're able to do right now, being able to come into people's homes or conference rooms, wherever they might be, maybe they're just watching it on their smartphone somewhere, then this has made life so much easier to build the business. So I want you to know that if you do decide to get started with us tonight, guess what? You're not going to have to do the kind of work that we had to do to make it happen. So after John and I kind of sealed that deal there, I was not fully bought in, and Mary certainly wasn't bought in. But what happened over the next 10 months is we got to the point to where we could replace our lifestyle income. We didn't replace our mortgage business income. We replaced our lifestyle income, which meant what I could do is shut down those 4 mortgage offices and buy back 60, 70, 80 hours a week from me. And I could buy back 60, 70, 80 hours for my wife, Mary. And then we were full-time in the business. We had 2 kids at that time. Finally, we were able to spend time with them. We were able to spend time with each other. We took some trips. We were getting paid. We were having fun. I was sleeping longer. Life was good. So we continued to build the business. We were very excited, obviously. Things were working. Things were great. And then a couple of things along the way happened. The business was going great, and I'm glad we dug our well before we needed it. But what had happened was the economy started to shift. And then Mary was pregnant. And then Mary got put on bed rest for 60 days in the hospital and 60 days bed rest at home. Now, I don't know how many of y'all could take 4 months off of work and still make ends meet or not have things go crazy. But when Mary was in the hospital that time, my job wasn't Ambit. My job was take care of the kids, bring them up to the hospital, take them to church, take them to school. That was what life was. But Ambit kept paying us every Friday and every 15th of the month. And then when Mary got to come home, it was the same drill over and over again. And then when Zachary was born, a miracle happened. Something that I never dreamed of possible was going to happen in my life after being a business owner for, at that time, probably 18 plus years. I jokingly said to my wife, the day after she delivered Zachary, because she'd been on bed rest for 4 months, I said, hey, you've been off work 4 months now. Don't you think you ought to get back to work? When are you thinking to get back to work? And she had this grin on her face. And she says, obviously, you did not see the residual check that came in. And I said, well, no, I didn't. She goes, well, it's enough to pay all of our monthly bills. So I'm taking the rest of the year off. That was in May of 2008. And I said, well, if you're taking the rest of the year off, I am taking the rest of the year off with you as well. And that's what we got to do. We got to enjoy our new baby boy, our expanded family, and we got to just focus on us and just live on residual income. And then by the time we came around to 2009, and I'll kind of cut it off here, is the reason why we went back to work really wasn't for the check. It was because we looked back and said, how many people could have made it through what we just made it through? Worst recession beginning, bed rest, a business that we walked away from. How many people could actually do that in those times? And the answer was not many. So our goal and commitment became, how many people can we help become financially free? And financial freedom is not millions of dollars. During the video or however you saw the presentation tonight, you might have seen some big numbers and numbers that you didn't understand. And I don't understand this bonus and that bonus, and that's fine. I just want you to know that with Ambit, you get paid for what you start. And as you grow your business, grow your team, you're going to continue to make more money. You're going to continue to understand more, and you'll put effort in where you need to put the effort in so you can provide for you and your family and get the things that you're looking for. But probably for most of you, you're probably not looking at this going, yeah, I'm going to, 25,000 a month, 50,000 a month. Listen, those numbers are certainly possible and doable. And we've got lots of people doing them. But most people, they're trying to figure out, how can I bring an extra 500 or 1,000? How can I bring 2,000 in? If I brought 2,500 in a month, my spouse could stop working and be a full-time mom or be a full-time dad. So it doesn't take a lot of money to change quality of life. The good thing is that even though we make those incremental steps to quality of life, it doesn't stop there. You get to decide how big you want your Ambit business. Our residual compensation plan is designed to reward people on a level playing field, meaning if you go out there and you get your 20 customers, you're going to be paid on all 7 levels regardless. It's based upon what you get started. So you bring somebody in and they go build out 7 levels and promote to national consultant, and maybe some of that's still Greek to you based upon what you just saw. Just know the company's going to pay you over and over and over again. I know for myself and Mary and Sean and his wife, if we stopped working Ambit today, the company is going to continue to pay us over and over and over again. We're not getting paid to go to work. We're getting paid from the work that we did over the past several years. So, you might be thinking to yourself, why does this work? How does this work so well? And a couple of reasons is it's a service, not a product. I mean, you think about it. In this last recession that we just had, which some will say we're out of it, but, I wouldn't say everyone would say that we're out of it based upon how they're living, is what were the things you cut away? Maybe you changed your car. Maybe you downsized your car. You downsized your house. Maybe you bought different brands. Maybe you didn't go out to eat as much. You didn't go out to the movies as much, or didn't go out at all. You didn't travel. But the one bill you were paying over and over again, regardless, was your electric bill and your gas bill. And those are foregone conclusions. There was oxygen. There was food. There was that. There was electricity and gas. So, and then you had your house payment or your rent payment. But guess what? You can pay your mortgage payment a little bit late. You can even pay your rent payment a little bit late. You can make your car payment a little bit late, but you can't pay the utility bill late. And if you do, you get it cut off, right? So it's an essential service that people got to have in good times and bad times. Next is part-time. If John told me, hey, listen, I need you to shut down this operation. I need you to start with me full-time. I just said, John, it's not happening, and it's probably never going to happen. But John told me something that I remember, and I remember this from the mortgage industry. He said, can you give me minutes a day? I said, I can give you minutes a day. He said, great. If you give me minutes a day, I will compound those minutes over time, get you to the point to where you start making some choices that you really want versus having to settle for what you have. And I said, John, okay. I trusted him to the point of taking action. Did I believe? Did I know? Absolutely not. I had zero idea that my life was going to turn around in about 10 months. So you got the power of part-time. And then the next is you look at our compensation plan. Our compensation plan is designed to deliver real results and to be sustainable and pay you over and over again. And it's got a lot of moving parts. But I will ask you if you just were going to pass this one question on the quiz tonight, if we had a quiz tonight, if you join tonight and you get 2 Texas customers, you make $100. If you join tonight and you get 3 customers that are not in Texas, then you're going to make $100. So right now the enrollment fee is $100. It's $75 plus $25 for your website. So about $100 plus some sales tax. That's it. So when you get those first 2 customers in Texas, $100, you're even. You get those first 3 customers in non-Texas areas, $100, you're even. So that's the best scenario that I know is if you'll go out there and just take a little bit of action, we can get your investment back very, very quickly. I've had a number of businesses, and I've never had a business that I could do that little work or that little effort to get a return on my investment. And I'll give you an example. I was in the lawn care business for a long time before the mortgage industry. And one of my lawnmowers would cost just under $1,000. And so there's no way I could go mow 1 or 2 yards and recoup my money off that lawnmower. I had to go do weeks and weeks and weeks of sweat in hot August, July, Texas sun, to get my money back on that. And then I could start to actually make a profit from that piece of machinery. With Ambit, we're going to help you get your investment back right away. The person that invited you here tonight, they're going to work with you. They also have an upline that is vested to you financially to help you get paid. Because when you join Ambit, no one gets paid unless you get paid first. That is the best win-win I can possibly think of. If this was a product-based business opportunity, and I know there's a lot of good ones out there, and I mean no offense to anyone that is, and maybe you're in one now, but I think everyone would understand this, that when you buy your initial shipment or your initial product, your initial inventory with a product-based business, everyone gets paid except you. In Ambit, when you join, no one gets paid unless you make money. And that's how we've done it from day one. Now, when Sean and I got started back in the day, it cost around $460 when you factored in the sales tax. And because the company has gotten to a point to where we are practically self-funding ourselves and we actually know what we can deliver on, we have rolled out a permanent fee of $75 plus the $25 website. That's extraordinary. There's almost no home-based business out there that can deliver the kinds of returns that we're delivering on such a small investment. All we're looking for is a little bit of time from you to be consistent. Our timing is perfect because deregulation is happening one time, and Ambit is the forerunner. We are leading the pack when it comes to energy deregulation and what we're able to deliver to the marketplace, but also what we're actually able to do for people who are needing to make that additional income. We have set the bar very high, and it's thanks to our CEO, Jerry Thompson Jr., and our Chief Marketing Officer, Chris Chambliss, who don't want to sacrifice integrity for growth. So we have done this the right way. We're going to continue to do it the right way. And then you look at what company, if a company was not stable, not sustainable, not reputable, not credible, couldn't pass all the tests, there's no way that Japan would give us a license to operate in their country. Japan just deregulated in 2016, April of 2016. There is, between the residential customers and the small commercial customers, there is 80 million potential customers that are going to be able to switch that have never had a choice forever. This is their first time to have a choice. We are one of the first American companies to go into that space. And some of you might be thinking, well, listen, I don't know any Japanese people. I don't know anyone who lives in Japan. That's fine. Don't worry about that. I didn't think I did either until I started talking to people and started to find out who they know. And here's the thing. I didn't know I knew some people in Ohio. I also didn't know if I knew some people in Maine and New Hampshire and Massachusetts and Illinois and Indiana. Well, I didn't know that when I started Ambit, and I didn't know I was going to be building a business in those states. But guess what? From just getting started, being consistent, giving John those minutes of time, getting to a point where I could make some decisions for myself because I wasn't under pressure with my family, all those things started to unfold. So if you're somebody that needs to see the entire picture, before you even start painting, I think that's going to be difficult to do here. But I'll tell you this, is you let us take you to one step and let us take you to the second step. And by the third step, you're going to start making your own steps, and you're going to start taking people that are going to be stepping with you as well. So you just got to trust a little bit that the opportunity is right. You got to trust a little bit that the person who brought you to this video or to this home meeting tonight cares about you. And they're looking at your best interest to see, and they want to partner with you and build something with you. So you got to trust that. So our timing is perfect in the marketplace, but the next is probably maybe the best, our proven systems. 10 years of documentation where we have won award after award after award. We've become the largest energy company, the largest direct sales energy company in the world, let alone just the US. But we've also racked up a tremendous amount of awards with the Inc. 500, JD Powers and Associates. But then you look at our field leaders, people that have actually promoted through the ranks, who are making a residual income, with a comma in their check every month, who have gotten to the point where they've taken a spouse to come home, or they've gotten both of them to come home, and they're working from a flexible schedule, unlike they've never done before. They've traveled like they've never done before. They're spending more time with their kids like they've never done before. So our proven system, the proof of that is in our stories. They're not made up. They're stories that have been built over time. They didn't happen last month. They're stories that got built over time, and they became people that went through, what they had to learn to get good and then to get great. And I think for each and every one of you out there, there's nothing inherently about this business that is going to keep you from being great at it. Nothing. It's the same system in your state, your market, as it is in mine. You have the same compensation plan. You have the same rates. You have the same products. You have the same territories to go after. The only factor is going to be you. The question is this something that you see as a real possibility for your family? Do you see it as a possible solution? It doesn't have to be the solution, but just think about it. When you look outside and you see all those lights on, someone's getting paid on it. The monopoly is taking advantage of your neighbors and your friends and your family for decades. This is our chance to go ahead and take that back and let them know, listen, that doesn't work. We want competition. We want free market there. We want innovation. And what you're going to be able to get to do tonight is you're going to be able to get to partner with the fastest growing energy company in America, the largest direct selling energy company in the world, and you get to choose to partner with that company, or you get to choose to not. And either is fine. But I will invite you to do this. If you have an inkling, or even if you really want to do this, get signed up tonight. Get with the person who invited you to take a look at this, and get with them and say, listen, I don't have to know everything, but I know enough that I want a part of this, that I want a piece of this. I want to know whatever I can accomplish for myself and my family. And you're ready to get started. And I would invite you to do that tonight. Now, if you've got some questions, then definitely stick around and get those questions answered. And if you know for certain this is definitely not for you, well, then guess what? Be a customer of the person that invited you tonight. And the reason why is because they cared enough about you to show you something that is working for them, that they're passionate about, that they really think is going to help them accomplish some of their goals and dreams. And you get to have a small say-so in that. You get to have a small stake in helping that person achieve their why, because you're going to see their name on your bill each and every month. And they're going to know that I'm helping Bob put his child through college. I'm helping Sue get home from work so, little Johnny doesn't have to go to daycare. You get to be a part of somebody else's dream and goals. And we'd love to have you as a customer. We need all the customers we can get. We've got over 1.3, 1.4 million customers that are happily paying a bill each and every month. We need all the customers we can get so we can help other people achieve their dreams. So I'm going to leave you with this. You got a choice tonight. Is partner with the fastest growing energy company in the country, or become a customer. And I really don't know if that's a hard choice for someone to make at this point in time, but for what I can tell you, based on the documentation that we have, I think the facts prove themselves that this is a company that's going places and it's going to continue to do things, and we're going to continue to do things the right way, and we're going to keep on helping families save money and make money every day of the week. And I cannot think of a better way for me to spend my days, because I don't get up out of bed in the morning so I can go make a check. I get up so I can go help someone. And the people that are in the rooms with you tonight, that's what they want to do. So for those of you that are deciding to come on board and partner with us tonight, I'd like to welcome you to the team. I look forward to meeting with you and talking to you sometime. And for those of you that decide this isn't for you, then please, please, please become a customer of the person that invited you tonight and help them get on down the road and just put a smile on their face. I thank you guys for having me come into your living rooms, your conference rooms, wherever you are in the country, but it's been an absolute pleasure.
Customer acquisition strategy, they will give you free energy for referring just 15 other customers. They will take the average of those 15 customers you referred's monthly bills and discount it from your monthly bill. So if your bill is $200 per month and their bills average $200 per month, you pay nothing. If your bill is $250 per month and theirs average $200 per month, you only pay $50 a month. In any event, you've got $200 per month or $2,400 a year worth of free energy. It's that simple.
If you're concerned about what this will cost you, no worries. The program is also free to participate in. There is no cost to switch your service. Nothing changes for you, the consumer. The service and maintenance on your power lines or pipes, transformers, meters, etc. continues to be performed by the old incumbent who still owns the lines, the transformers, and infrastructure. They will still read the meters, and by the way, will still continue to get paid for servicing them. There is no change whatsoever for you, except of course the lower price you now pay all the way down to even free. Taking all this into consideration, why wouldn't you do this? No logical reason, right? The only thing you might say is, well, I can't explain it, or I can't sell very well, or I don't have the time, right?
Well, you don't have to. All you have to do is send your friends to see this video, which explains it for you, just like I'm explaining it to you, right? And when they sign up as an Ambit customer, you get credit for them. Once you've got 15 referrals signed up and they start paying their bill, you start getting free energy. It's as simple as that. In the meantime, you'll still receive the benefit of extremely competitive rates.
So let me ask you a question. Is there a better price than free?
You're right, there isn't. So sign up with Ambit as an energy customer and start referring your friends today, and soon you too will start enjoying free energy.
After all, it is the smart choice to make.
To get started now and begin writing your own story,